Thank you very much for being here. So the idea for Website Wednesday is just a sort of short, sharp session where I can share some of my expertise with you, with something that hopefully will be of use and that you might be able to go away and action. Or I'll put it on your radar and just let it settle there. And yeah, so it's just half an hour, and I mostly just sort of talk. I might share my screen a little bit, but I've got some notes, and there's no such thing as a daft question in my world. So if I've not made anything clear, or I try and keep it as simple as possible, do please let me know if you've got any questions, because that's what I'm here for. So yeah, today we're going to talk about funnels. So not sure how familiar you are with that term in marketing, but essentially it is based around an actual funnel. So the idea being that more people would go in the top when they sort of find out about your business, and then as they work through the different stages of getting to know you and getting them to take action. So the good thing about a funnel really is that you can help people at different levels of them knowing you and finding out about you. And so in my world, when I'm helping my clients, we create content for different parts of the funnel. So for example, I was saying this yesterday in this talk I was doing, that sometimes you need to create content for the bottom of the funnel for people that have already converted, that aren't coming and finding you from, say, search, because it might be something they really need to hear, or something from your heart that you need to share that they'll benefit from. So it doesn't all have to be around keywords, but that's kind of the beauty of a funnel, is that you can funnel people through. Keeping things simple when it comes to your funnel has lots of advantages, because if you start putting loads and loads of steps in, it's going to probably overwhelm people. So a very simple funnel, I'm just going to share screen with you. This is, Martin might be familiar with this software. This is a free piece of software called Funnelytics. It's really, really good. You can go as complicated or as simple with it as you like. But the idea is that you can map out the funnel if you wanted to. But I just thought for illustration purposes today, this might be quite useful. So a basic funnel would have a landing page. So that is this little bit here. And you would want to give a very clear call to action. So where we've got this opt-in button, this form here, we want them to take an action so that we can get them into our world, because we need an email list, right? There's no point in growing a following on social. Don't get me wrong, social media is great. It's great for brand awareness. It's a very important part of the marketing mix, but we want to get them on our website, and we want them to take action, because our website is ours. It's our place to share our values and share our stories and content, and you're not restricted by the designs and algorithms of the social channels, because they want to keep you on there. They don't want you to go and leave there. They want you staying there. Whereas I call it destination website. We want to get them into our world, onto our website, and get them taking action, because then we can nurture them, and we can build up that relationship. It's harder online to connect, because you're not doing the human thing. So if somebody is signing up to something, they're not going to go and buy from you straight away. They're gonna need a little bit more sort of nurturing with email and so forth. So that's the beauty of having an actual funnel on your website. So going back to this model, so you've got your landing page and your call to action, and then you get them to, you know, fill out that form. That is the call to action, and then we'd call that a conversion, because then it would take them to a thank you page. I'll come back to that in a minute. But by opting in here, we're adding them to our email list, which might be over on another piece of software. And then once they are tagged in our email list, we're then sending them an automated email sequence where they can then, you know, this is a basic funnel. A slightly more complicated funnel might be that you give them a freebie in return for their email address. So that could be a download. That could be that could be like a little PDF or a checklist or whatever. I use my SEO audit, so I call it my website visibility tool. So I'll send people to that so they can get a score on their website, which is some really good value for them. And in return, I'm getting their email address because I can see that they're interested in needing help with their website. So by them taking that action and getting that free value, they're then coming into my world and they will then receive a series of emails from me. Does that make sense? Yeah? Yeah? Cool. Okay. So really a marketing funnel, I guess, is more of a concept, whereas a website funnel is quite a practical step-by-step process that you would take them through. And also, I guess, a website funnel, there is a difference in that there's the broader user journey that you might take them on beyond just that initial action that you want them to take. You might want them to go and read a blog, or you might ideally we want to get them on the phone or have a meeting of some description. But there's going to be other content. You know, they might want to find out a bit more about you and your story, because people buy people. I say it all the time. But the more we can break down those barriers on your website and get your story in there so that it's relatable, and people start to, because there's going to be other competitors they could work with. Why are they going to choose you? They're going to choose you because they've liked you, or there's something you've said that's really resonated with them. So that's the beauty of getting them on your website, into your world, taking action, and then taking it from there. Oh, we lost Debbie. We might have lost Debbie. Oh, hi, Jess. I think we've lost Debbie, but hopefully she'll be back. She froze.
Hi, everyone. I've just got to find my plug for my computer, but I am here.
Okay, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming. So, was I going to, do you need a website to have a funnel? Well, no, you don't, because there's email software that will actually let you create a free landing page. So if you don't have a website, it doesn't matter. The important thing is, this is what I would say to somebody who's new in business, or somebody who is not quite ready to launch a website, or they haven't figured out their ideal customer, or they haven't got an offer that's selling. You actually don't need a website. What you need is a landing page that captures an email address into some software. That is the bit that's really valuable, because it's a list you own. It's not a following on social media. Does that make sense? So if you're not ready to set up a website, then actually, as long as you've got a way to funnel them in when they've come and found out about you, they could, you know, so MailerLite is a a piece of software, free software that I use. Hi, nice to see you again, Debbie. You can set up a landing page in MailerLite and on their free version, and you can then be adding to your list, and you can then connect an automated email sequence. So, you know, and if you then pair that with a Google business profile, which is also free, then for a brand new business, that would be bare minimum they would actually need to have a presence online. All free, much better than going and spending money on a website until they're ready to do so. So no, you don't need to have a website in order to have a funnel. But if you, oh, go on, sorry.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, not at all.
Clarify something, and you know how, IT is really not my area of expertise. I feel like I'm always asking the same questions, and it still doesn't go in. So linked to that, you mentioned MailerLite. So at the moment, for my website is very much a go-to place for information. Yes. So linked to GDPR and collecting information. So if I set up a MailerLite and went for the free version, would I then be able to connect that to the website to then set up this funnel, and I could just go in and find out how to do that? So is that the process of how to do it?
Yes. I do have a mini course, which is a very step-by-step way of doing that, so that you could take that action yourself. In the course, you can do without a website, so you'd have a landing page, and with a website. So I show you both ways to do it, and it's also got a really nice. I teamed up with somebody called Peter, who is she's a copywriter. So she shared her kind of welcome email sequence, so that you can then write your email sequence. So it's like £39, cheap as chips, and you can work through and take that action. So if you're interested in that, I can
definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Brilliant. And maybe Debbie as well. Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, because the sooner we can the sooner we can be getting your list together, the better. It really is the most valuable business asset that you would have, because you own it and you've gone through all the GDPR stuff in MailerLite is all there. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So what else was I going to share with you? So I guess really that I would always recommend just getting it so that they're signing up to your email list. Ideally, to make it more engaging, and to, people are a little bit more, are they going to sign up to an email list? Are they going to give their email away? Or are they going to be more enticed to do that if you give them a really good reason to do it? So my website kind of audit, it's free. They're getting something out of it, and that might then lead to a phone call with me, because I can see that they've got a need, and so I suppose it's sort of brainstorming and thinking of ways you could provide something more than just sign up to my email list. You will all have so much knowledge, so much expertise, and things you could share, and giving away free value is okay, because that is building that relationship. And if they're getting lovely free stuff like that, what's it like when they actually work with you? Now, it's going to depend on your target audience. So I'm not saying it's going to be, you're going to come up with an idea straight away. Scorecards, which is what my audit is, that is a scorecard is a really good lead magnet. We call it a lead magnet or a freebie or whatever. But you can equally just keep it super simple with a checklist. I could do a checklist of 10 things to do before you set up a website. you know, something like that. That would be super valuable for somebody who's not got a website and they don't know how to start. So it's sort of thinking about what could you offer right at the sort of beginning, meeting your customer where they're at, not where you think they're at. So what's the problem you solve? What's the pain point? See, for me, the pain point is people don't know how their websites are performing, which is my lead magnet is perfect. So I'm more than happy for you to share the problem you solve, and that, you know, we could potentially sort of brainstorm some ideas to help, if you like. Or if you've got any questions, there's plenty of time left for that as well.
Can I ask something?
Yes, of course.
Because before we started the call, I talked about the need I have to build the website for my wife and her business of language training. I could see this being a useful adjunct into getting a kind of a soft launch of what she really wants to do before the website's finished. Do you need to have a URL for this that's in alignment? You don't? Okay.
No. So that's the other beauty of MailerLite, is you get this temporary URL with your landing page. I mean, it's not a particularly pretty URL, but later when you do have a website, you can connect your domain. So that would be a really good first step for her, because at least then she's got somewhere to guide people to. Yeah,
and the opt-in page and that sort of thing you post on Facebook and LinkedIn and other places that people can see it.
You put the link to the landing page everywhere. Exactly. So she could set up a Google business profile. She could, she could do that and then have it on there. Who was it that did that? One of my members, Dawn. I encouraged her to put she's got this lovely, she's an osteopath and nutritional therapist, and she's got this lovely freebie called From Floppy to Firm. And it's a number of exercises that don't take very long to do. And she kind
Be careful where you advertise that, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely for women. And so I encourage her to put that on Google Business Profile as a little product, you know, so like a little product. So you could literally stick that in loads and loads of places, so that then at least you've got them going somewhere before you get your website.
Yeah, cool. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Yeah.
I wrote down a question earlier, and it was, should your URL, because I have got a website, but should your URL go to your landing page or your homepage of your website?
So if you were, say you were really trying to push a promotion on, I don't know, a download checklist or something, or it depends where you're putting the link, I would say definitely take them to the landing page, because you're funneling them in. So for example, if you were in a Facebook group, and sometimes you get asked to share your freebie or whatever, then you would definitely share the link to the landing page.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wanted to also ask, I think I've signed up with you to do the SEO check.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because I would be interested in you being able to look at how it is at the moment as to how I can improve it, because I do need to set up some sort of landing page to make it more streamline, I guess. I don't know what other way to use.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. So you've already filled that in, have you? I haven't seen.
I think so. Yeah.
I haven't seen that come through, but I can look at that again, and actually I do share the links at the end of all the different places anyway, so I can make sure I share it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And the other thing to bear in mind is that you might solve the same problem, or it might be that at different stages of the funnel there are different things somebody might want. So over time not saying now, just start with one, but over time you might think, well, that would be a good free bit of value for that particular type of customer. And so then you can create a different one, and then you can sort of test them and see, you know, which one's performing better, or you know, there's kind of, that's the lovely thing about landing pages, is that you can have loads of them, you know, and they're very much behind the scenes of your website. So your home, about, and your service pages are very, you know, you don't want to change those because that's your sort of bread and butter, if you like. But then when you want to run a promotion or you want to give a freebie, that's what we call a landing page, that's there but hidden. So the only way somebody would access it is by you giving them the link through a campaign or some kind of promotion, if that makes sense. So that's the kind of thing I teach my members, is that having the confidence to be able to set up a landing page and test things out, because ultimately marketing is about testing. If we all knew the silver bullet, we'd all be retired and not doing this every day. So unfortunately we do have to do the trial and error and try things out, but definitely start with signing up to the email list and getting that working, and then maybe move to the next bit of like, what could your lead magnet be? And you know, so I've relaunched Simply Visible. So Debbie, you've recently joined. I don't know if you're in there, Abby. It's just it's a free Facebook community, and that's if you had a lead magnet idea, you know, you could share it in there, and we could all maybe kind of see if we would help, you know, that kind of thing. So that's what the community is there for, really. So,
Simply Visible, is that?
yes. So let me share my links. I didn't even.
Simply Visible website and SEO community.
That's it.
I found you. I'm just about to join.
Oh, lovely. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm just going to pop these in the chat. What we've got is, let me just pop this in. Right, so I've popped in the Funalytics app for you. As I say, that's free. The audit link is there for you, Debbie, if you want to give that a go. I offer a free one-to-one, so if after that you want to book in and I can explain what the scores mean on that audit, I'd be very, very happy to do that. And then beyond that, if you have more of a need around your website and you are looking to, you know, take that step, then I can offer a free strategy session, which is 45 minutes, and I do a demo of my SEO tool that we use in the group program that I run. Yeah, so there you go. There's a few different options for you, and I think Martin, are you in Simply Visible? Can I encourage you to come in there? I'll just grab the link.
I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Okay, let me grab the link now. So I just relaunched that this week. There we go. There we go. The image is a work in progress of a high vis jacket. Made me laugh anyway.
It's got your name on the back. I did know.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know, so if you see me walking down the road, I'm invisible. Yeah, so I've popped that link there as well. So yeah. Any other questions?
I've got just a bit slightly unrelated, but not. So this week, this is it, everybody. This weekend and this week, I'm getting that new website up. So I need you to help me focus, Natalie, because my brain is going mad and I don't know which thing to do first. And do I need to do my landing page first? If when I come to see you next week, I say, I've done my homework, I want to know whether I need to say to you, I've set up my landing page or I've set up my front page, homepage.
So to give a little bit of context, Jess is in my membership, and also we have had a load of tech spaghetti issues, and also a tricky relationship with Jess's web designer. So bottom line is Jess is going, and Martin knows about these as well. The bottom line is that Jess is going to set up a new website, as well as sort of keeping the old website. So a lot of the kind of work around content has been done, but now it's a case of putting it on this new profile and sort of starting again. So I would say start with the landing, your service page for, is it No Fuss Funerals, or was it Funeral Celebrants? I can't remember what the keyword was, but
Yeah.
we've done all of this work already. You've done loads of work on this current site, and that can be ported across. So yeah, I would say start there. I really would.
With the service.
With the
So people
service.
tap, tap, tap. Oh, she looks nice. Click. This is what she does.
Yeah.
Not, hello, this is who I am. But this is what she does.
I mean, to be honest, pull your home page and your service page together could be quite quick, because you've got the content.
Yeah.
So I think it's more a case of a bit of training around how to do that in Divi WordPress. So I'm a WordPress specialist, and we use a theme called Divi.
Oh my God, wish me luck, everybody.
You can do it, Jess.
I'm having one of those days, you know.
Oh, right. Okay.
Everything goes wrong. Every logistical thing that could ever go wrong goes wrong.
Just breathe.
Yes.
Just breathe.
Yes. Go out for a walk as well. That might help.
Yeah. Breathe and walk.
Breathe and walk. Definitely keep breathing, because I find that's quite helpful.
I mean, I'm just irritated.
It's compatible with life, isn't it?
Well, it sort of is, really, isn't it? Yeah. So let me ask you one final question that you might want to just pop this in the chat for me. What sort of gem could you take away from today? What has stood out as something that you feel you've learned that's been helpful? Because it just gives me feedback as to what I'm delivering and whether it's at, the right level or whatever.
I'll start now. I think I wasn't aware of Funalytics. I wasn't aware of being able to pull together the MailerLite, the Funalytics, and add it to certain landing pages. So I would be interested to have, I'll chat to you anyway about best time to do that.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome. So Debbie said, you make it sound possible to do. Yeah, it's absolutely possible. And yeah, I understand tech can be very overwhelming. I do get that, but yeah, I can help guide you very slowly through the process. And Martin said, using MailerLite set up a landing page before launching the website. Brilliant. Okay, that's really good to know, because I think that's something that puts people off. Oh, well, I can't build my email list yet because I haven't got a website, when in fact actually you can. So
well, it also takes the heat off me from my current wife.
Yes, because she needs her website done yesterday, and you're saying, well, actually, I'm up to here with stuff that I'm trying to do at the moment. Yeah.
I've got the same thing, actually, Martin. I'm going to have to do one for my partner as well. So that's what I mean. Like, just trying to focus down on one thing, because it is.
Yeah.
Not...
I mean, I'm fairly okay with the whole concept of getting a template and putting copy in and that sort of thing. It's just starting, and but the whole idea of using MailerLite as a way to just generate awareness out in the local environment, as a way to get noise bubbling up and people going interested, then I think that's a softer way of doing it without too much heavy lifting. Because
what happens, what people do, I see this all the time, is when, particularly if you started a new business or whatever, is that you think to be in business you have to have a website, when in fact you don't. And what you'll do is you'll go down this rabbit hole of creating something amazing when you still haven't figured out your ideal customer or the problem you solve, and you haven't got an offer that's selling. So in that first year or so, there's so much change because you're trying all these different things. So not having that hanging over you, because it just makes you feel guilty, like it's not right or it's not.
Yeah.
It's just it's a distraction. So
it's kind of a. I mean, that was me when I first started. And there's an urgency to earn money, of course. So first of all, you must have a website, then you have to have a business card, and then you have to have a leaflet or something to show people, all of which is nonsense. You find out a few years later after spending a load of money. But really, this is kind of selling it before you've developed it.
Yeah. And
someone told me a long time ago, well, if you want a course, see if it sells before you actually make the course. And if you put something out there and no one's taking it up, then what's the point of developing the course? Instead of, a lot of people say, well, I want a course on this, I'm going to develop it, I've got 6 lessons, it's going to cost this, and then no one buys it. Well, waste of time building it. It's kind of
exactly
find out if it'll sell and then build it.
So that's actually, so my program that I run is called Website Lead Accelerator. And I had been talking about it and meaning to do it for years and years and years. And in the end, I was encouraged to just promote it, right? And I sold 3 places at a kind of low cost beta price. And then I was like, oh my God, I got to make this happen now. So, because I had that commitment and I knew that they needed what I could give them, it made me do it. And so I literally did the next week, or whenever we started, I created some content and I delivered it. And then the next week we had a session for questions and I answered questions, and then they had the homework, and then next week. And that is literally how I started. And now a lot of it is pre-recorded and it's much more slick, and still a work in progress because it's a huge topic. But you're right, just start selling it. They do this with house of multiple occupancy, with properties. So there's this HMO, yeah. So what people will do is they'll advertise in, say, like a student area. They'll advertise a house with however many bedrooms. They'll get people signing up and interested and then they're like, oh yeah, there's a need. Right, I better find one now and buy one. It's crazy. So, that it can definitely be done. If you have, we've all got that knowledge and that expertise, but it's putting it in a format that's accessible and affordable. So, with all the modules in my program, they could all be sold separately. What you're not getting is me, because it's all pre-recorded.
Well, therein lies another nugget. And I've heard this a couple of times recently, is basically you give away what you know. Because as someone on another webcast said, that it's all out there anyway. And if people want to find out, they'll find out. What they don't get is you. What they don't get is Natalie guiding you through that. I can read it and go, oh yeah, it makes sense, try it, and it doesn't work. But Natalie, how do I do this? And you show me. And I go, oh, now I get it. So you're selling, the knowledge. I think it used to be knowledge is power, and I know this and you don't, so I will sell you the secret. But actually, it's all out there anyway. So you give it away, but people need you to help you through the system, to help you understand the logic, to help you build whatever it is you're building.
Yes.
And
that's brilliant, isn't it? That's brilliant. And that makes you feel hopeful when you hear about AI and you think,
100%. AI can't do that.
Yeah,
it's that human connection that's still required with humans.
Yeah.
Right.
Skills.
Sorry, Deb. Sorry, Abs.
Human skills. That's my line of business ultimately at the end of it. And it's interesting, Martin, there is Pearson, biggest education company in the world, are actually doing a work skills report for 2026, and they've looked across America, UK, Canada and Australia, and they've had feedback from a huge number of companies to say what are the skills that are going to be missing in 2026. And in a very brief nutshell, technology, expertise, in industry knowledge can all be learnt and people can be upskilled. But what is missing massively are the human skills, the human element, which is the ability to communicate effectively, collaboration, social, cultural intelligence, and the ability to be able to learn and develop and understanding what you need. It's human skills.
And
sums up.
And that empathy, you know, everything you all are struggling with, I've been through. I know exactly how you're feeling, and I've figured it out, and I know how to do it.
Yeah.
So you can't, there's no way AI can mimic that. There's just no way, which is good. It's reassuring.
And creativity is the other area. AI can't do creativity yet.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the words "you're limited by your imagination" have never been so strong.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really interesting, isn't it?
I like that, Martin. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll put it in a meme.
Do. Share it in Simply Visible. We'd like that. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for coming today. It's just been great. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm so glad that you've all got some nuggets to take away and work on, and I'll follow up with all of you on the bits we've talked about. But thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed.
Cool.
Thank you, Nat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you all.
Yeah, and I'll
Yeah,
see you
you
again
too,
soon.
lovely.
Okay.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.